So I just got done watching this anime, this classic called Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And it's not my first time watching the show. It was like my third time watching the show, and I'm going to watch it again once I'm done making this video. But it's my first time talking about it. This show does a good job of setting things up from the very first episode when Ed and Al, along with the military, are chasing after this freezing alchemist named Isaac McDougal, and he's killing the members of the military because he's aware of what is going on in the military, and he's trying to stop it, which would play an inevitable part in the plot of the story. So there's no fillers, there's no wasting time. Already the show is telling you there's something going on with the military. What is it? As far as our main characters, Edward and Alphonse Elric, their goal is to get their bodies back because they try to bring back their mother from the dead, which is taboo in the alchemy world, bringing back someone from the dead. The characters. There is a plethora of characters in the show. Each character plays a certain role. Not everyone who is in the show is going to play a role in saving the day. It's not like Stranger Things, where every 2 or 3 episodes, every season, there would be a new character introduced, and then next thing you know, that character is playing a part in saving the world from Vecna. Oh my goodness, another character is getting involved in the storyline, so now I have to try and care and get to know this particular character who's getting involved in the freaking storyline. Fullmetal Alchemist doesn't do that. It doesn't make you feel like you have to care about every single character and try to remember every single character. Alright? Each character plays a role, they have their role, and then they leave, okay? So you'll have little side characters that'll, like the doctor. He helped Lanfan and May get back to full strength when they were badly injured. He played his role for a bit, and then you never saw him again. Ed Elric. He's stubborn and emotional, hates being called little, even if people aren't trying to insult him. He's vowed not to kill anyone. That is his conviction, no matter who it is or what they've done. And he's also funny. All around, he's a strong character. Alphonse Elric. Like his brother, he's also vowed not to kill anyone. A bit of the opposite of his older brother. He has a much more cooler head, and at times when Ed is really mad, he'll try to calm him down by trying to use logic and give people the benefit of the doubt. There is a feminine vibe to him, really, when he talks, and when his voice gets really high, he kind of sounds like a girl. Brother! That was terrible, but you get what I mean. But he's still a great character, and he has a good heart. I think his heart is the purest out of anybody in the show. If the Nimbus Cloud showed up, I think the Nimbus Cloud will let him ride on it. Colonel Mustang, a perfect example of ambition and how it's done right. He wants to be the next Führer. It's not from a power-hungry standpoint. The best part about his rise to glory is that he has a team of soldiers behind him. A certain team that he can really trust to help him achieve his goal. He has their backs, and in return, they have his back. Scar's character stood out to me the most. The Ishvalan War was one of the main themes of the show, especially in the first half of the show. The military kills Scar's people and destroys his home. He goes on a murderous rampage to avenge his people against the Amestrian military. At the beginning of his rampage, his first victims, unfortunately, are Winry's parents. Once he meets Winry, his hatred starts to disintegrate. As he sees the sadness in her eyes, he starts to reflect on how he felt when he lost his brother. And he finally starts to heed what his Ishvalan master or monk was trying to tell him at the time, that his hatred is going to do nothing but cause more pain and violence. I felt Scar should have gotten a bit of a break. Not to excuse what he did when he murdered Winry's parents, but the man had his home blown up and shot up. He almost died at the hands of Kimberly. He wakes up and he's not really in his right mind. He thinks that his brother is alive, but he sees that his brother's arm, well, he has his brother's arm. And he starts to freak out. And now, how would Ed, Al, and Renry know that? They weren't there at the time. I know, but it's just, just cut him some slack. Just cut him some slack. All right. And shit, Winry still had a pretty good life. She still had Ed. She still had Ed and Al. Granny had a roof over her head, grew up doing what she loved to do, which is fix automail, or make and fix automail. Scar lost everything. Not to mention Scar was also known for being a murderer because he murdered Nina and her pet dog. But in that situation, Nina's father should have gotten all the hatred for that. He should have been called a monster. Scar shouldn't have been named a monster for murdering Nina. She was already murdered by her own father. He turned her into a chimera, fused her body with her pet dog, and he killed his own wife too, did the same thing to his own wife. And they knew it. They even admitted it. They knew that she had no chance of living a normal life. Nina didn't have the ability to transform back into a human at will like the other chimeras in the show. He did Nina a favor, but I thought Scar's character was very well written, and he also hates alchemy. He hates the science of alchemy because of what it did to his country and his people. He even felt sorry for Alphonse Elric. Alright, so now I want to talk about the females of the show. The female characters are respected. Anime for years, decades, have been known for sexualizing the shit out of the female characters, especially in today's era. Bulma is a great example of fan service. That's the number one reason why so many people like her. By people, I mean men and young boys. Her character is centered around her body. What's the most iconic scene that Bulma has been in? What's the most iconic Bulma moment? It's when she flashed Master Roshi. In the last Dragon Ball movie, where Gohan turns into Beast Gohan, she's looking for the communicator to contact Whis and Beerus. But as she's searching, her butt cheeks are in the air and it's swaying from side to side. And I say to myself, of course, gotta throw that in there, gotta sexualize Bulma because that is what her character is. Her character is masturbation material, okay? Her character is to give dudes hard-ons. That's it. When you look at these parody channels on YouTube, what are they doing? They're sexualizing the shit out of Bulma. But the women in Fullmetal Alchemist, like I mentioned, are much different. Olivier Briggs, she's all about strength, making her men strong as well, fighting for what is right and what they believe in. She wants to be a leader and she's not a coward. Izumi Curtis, a character that modern women nowadays would hate. Women nowadays, if you ask feminist, boss babe, boss girl, a bad bitch, or I can do battle by myself, I don't need no man, woman, to watch this show, they would be upset. They would be upset with the creators. This show displays discrimination towards women. She should not be introducing herself as a housewife. They should have her be a single woman and also be in charge of the military. Shut the fuck up. Forget the fact that she is one of the most powerful characters in the show. She's happy and has a husband who loves and protects her. She wants to grow old with someone and have a family. How can you hate that? I would love to find a woman like that just wants to have a family and not be difficult and to be a good wife, a great wife. Majority of the females of the show, except for one, are great. You can like them based on their personalities, how they carry themselves without being sexualized. Now the characters that I don't like. Envy. I think Envy is a bitch. I think he's dumb and gullible. He doesn't think things through, like bragging about killing Hughes to Colonel Mustang, who lit up Lust ass. You can't act like a menacing villain and then when you're about to get killed, you cry and beg for mercy. Villains who do that, they look pathetic, and it just kills any sort of credibility that they've built up. Winry, she almost brings nothing to the show. She's the only reason why Scar stopped his murderous ways in the first place. Yes, she fixes Ed's automail, but besides that, she's your typical female protagonist. She nags and abuses the male protagonist, worries about the male protagonist, cries a lot, and complains about how useless she is, how she can never seem to do anything to help. I'm over these types of female protagonists. They're just annoying. You can't say that about Winry. Fuck you. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to like and dislike something, just like you are. So Winry sucks. Anyway, besides all that, Fullmetal Alchemist is a classic. I got much more enjoyment out of watching this show for the third time than I did with any other modern anime. And the show is funny. It's actually funny. I laugh quite a bit during this show. The humor is well balanced and it's not cheesy where a woman takes her clothes off and the dude's nose starts to bleed. And it really doesn't have a lot of cornball moments. It's not like My Hero Academia with the plus ultra and I'm going to be a hero and save people. Don't worry, Eri. I'll be your hero. You won't have to cry anymore. Oh my god. So yes, all around this show is a good balanced show, I feel. And if you're someone who hasn't seen this show, go on Crunchyroll, go on Netflix, go check it out. It's a classic. So those are my thoughts on the show. Please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.